I read an interview with you in a Polo magazine a couple months back. You kind of let it all out, and I was so impressed because there are people in polo that owe you a lot because of what you've done for the game. But you've got a couple things in mind that maybe could improve the game or change the game for the better?
Well, they're my ideas, and I'm no longer have any direct involvement in polo except through my daughter. But I think polo is missing the boat in becoming a real sport, which concerns me. And I think until polo gets into the same area as other sports, and almost every sport is on ESPN today, except polo. And I think it's got to reinvent itself to some extent because it's so expensive. And now only the people that can afford the sport are people with a lot of money, which is not anything wrong with that, but I think to make it a real sport, it's got to be able to generate the kind of funds other sports do. And we can only do so much with shirts and watches and things like that. We've got to get into the media. And I think to get into the media, we've got to raise the level of participation in the high goal. Because the high goal is what the media wants. They want the best polo. And I don't want to take anything away from the people that support the polo team that are here, but I think the problem is that the media is not going to be ever interested in a sport that they consider an amateur sport, and that includes people who probably should not be playing at the level they play. And I'm not trying to bash anyone, but I probably played at a level I shouldn't be playing. But the truth of the matter is that to get, and I come from an industry that is very close to the media, and I've talked to a lot of media people, but I think they can still consider polo to be not a real sport. And I think until we get to the point where they do, and whether they're willing to spend the time and the effort to film it and do it right and put it on TV and get those kind of dollars into the sport, I think we'll continue to be considered somewhat of a backyard sport.
Yeah. I do the games from Argentina for ESPN in the English translation. They commit to a lot of cameras and things. It's a great production. But a lot of guys at ESPN tell me, you need to change the rules. You need to stop having to throw in, the knock in. What do you think?
Well, I agree. I mean, people like to see horse races. That's what brings people to it. Horses running up and down the field, hitting the ball, passing the ball. The old style of polo, which I started off with, is a more attractive venue for people to watch. Turning the ball, making quick plays under the belly, plays that are questionable whether they're fouls or not fouls. A lot of fouls are the kind of things that turn an audience off. And I think we've got to change those rules to make go back to the old polo where there's the passing game, where people see the horses running, competing against each other, the players making brilliant passes to their teammates. Those are the kind of things I think that could bring television into the fold, and the kind of things that could change the whole nature of things.
Thank you, Skee.
Thank you.